Greetings, land of Bitcoin. I've heard some chatter about another triangle forming, so I've been trying to draw one in. Sites are a little different with their data points. They're all real similar. This is Femex. I also show Kraken, which I'll show here in a second. But I've been trying to draw in some triangles. The last one I made a video about worked out really good. It came through right here, and this big red candle and wick here was the breakdown out of it. That worked good. Came back up, retested, and there really hasn't been much of a breakdown. It's still kind of retesting. Let me draw that back in. This, see that? Broke down, came back up, retested, broke down again, came back up, retested. And technically from that triangle, this line here, that triangle there, and just use the top of this channel just for easy eye's sake. I'll erase this mess here in a second. We're still broke down out of that, and it's just kind of going sideways, right? There's not a whole lot of volume. Let's check volume. Bitcoin's basically just going to meander sideways unless a bunch of volume comes in. So yeah, this the volume's real low, so that's why you're not seeing any giant moves. I saw some comments about people talking about whales buying. What they do that over the counter, and you could hear those channels on YouTube tell you about the whales buying. You could listen to that stuff all the way down to $9,000, right? Those people, they have every motive to not drive the price up, right? That's why they buy over the counter. So if you hear stories about whales buying over the counter, that doesn't mean anything on this market. I mean, it means something in the long run if you want to run into a supply crisis with Bitcoin, but we're a really, really, really long ways from that. It's not even worth talking about at this point, right? You need to get the price up to like over 100,000, 200,000 to start talking about that again. It's going to be really difficult. That probably doesn't happen for another cycle, another 4 years from now. But those big buyers, they don't want to drive the price up, right? It's that I know there's a lot of information out there that tries to get the retail people pumped up about whales buying, but they have every intention of buying as low as possible, right? They don't want to buy at 50, 60,000. And some of them may be buying right now over the counter to manipulate the market to try to drive it down, right? That lots of YouTubers don't ever mention that. Just because someone's buying doesn't mean they can't sell it, right? Or move it to another wallet. You know, they watch the wallets, but is it possible a whale could have more than one wallet? Of course it is. You know, you don't have billions of dollars and you can't afford more than one wallet. I can't come up with $180 for another wallet, right? Doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I know they can watch the wallets, but you have lots of people watching right now have a wallet. So, do you not have the power to sell right now? So that on-chain metric stuff, it is useful, but right now the price of Bitcoin at 33,000s, it's basically irrelevant because you could be told whales are buying, and you could be looking at a $10,000 Bitcoin next month, right? And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just trying to show people that those YouTube channels telling you that there's whales buying, that doesn't affect this market at all, right? They could buy all the way down to $10,000. It doesn't matter. Let me get rid of some of this garbage. Let me get rid of this one. Let me get rid of this one. That one's not bad. Okay, so some of these triangles I have here, drawn at different spots, they do indicate that we're right there right now on this daily candle. This is Sunday, about 1 p.m. Central Time, United States, and it does show that we're right on it right now. So we'll watch. Maybe there's a rejection coming here or breakout, but I really don't like these triangles. So let's just get rid of those. And I'm going to use, this is our old one here. That was a good one. That worked out perfect. We could actually just use the top of this channel. So here it is. There's this one here. See this one? I got on the candle bodies. I'm not using the wicks for the top part of the triangle, which would be here. See that? It's basically the top of the channel. You could use the top of the channel now. It's almost perfect for this. And then this one here is off the bottom of this candle. Technically, these two candles really. Here. Lots of data points on there. I like that triangle inside that channel. It's very similar to the one I showed a few days ago. It worked out good. Sunday 11th is here. We're working on this candle. It's going to close in about 6 hours, give or take. We got the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 15th. I would say at the latest, the 15th. Likely the 14th, the 13th. Could be the 12th. So the last one, there was a clear, definite breakdown. And I've come back up for a retest. But since then, it's just kind of going sideways. Don't be surprised if even if it breaks up, generally it'll come down and retest and then continue up. If it breaks down, generally it'll go down, come back up, retests, and then go down. Which is what happened last time. But after it came up at retest, it went down and then it kind of came back up to retest and then down and then sideways. So don't be surprised if there's a break down or a break up. I'm still leaning towards down. We're in a downtrend. Everything's pointing down. So I would just say it's likely it's going to break down out of this triangle and then probably go sideways, just like it did last time. Even if it were to break up, it's probably just going to turn sideways again. I'd be surprised if we leave this channel. See that? I'd be real surprised if we break out of that. So in order to break out of that channel, we'd have to break out of the triangle, and it would be doing both. So I'm leaning towards a breakdown. We're in a downtrend. Go with the trend to the end. Technically, it'd be about a $4,000 move if we were to break down or break up. But the volume's just so low, I probably won't go more than 2,000 and then come for a retest and then just go sideways. I just, this isn't exciting, big move stuff, I don't think. Of course, now that I say that, I could be wrong. I think it's just going to be eventually, time goes by and the price has to keep going to the right? 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. It's going to eventually break down or break up. I'm not expecting it to be anything super awesome. I think it's just going to be likely, in my opinion, if I had to guess, I'd say it's just going to kind of come down here to like 33,000, 32,700, and then come back up to 33. 33,000 seems to be sea level, right? Bitcoin's kind of just stranded in the ocean on a life raft at 33,000, just kind of bobbing along, right? So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the last week of July, about July 26th, July 27th, this channel comes to 33,000 right here. See that? Bitcoin by July 26th, July 27th is going to have a decision. It's either going to have to break out the top of this channel or break down below that 33,000 support level that's been pretty obvious the last few weeks. So that's going to be crunch time. I have the same charted here on Bitcoin, on Kraken. This is Kraken. This triangle is matching up on this site as well, basically with the top of that channel. So let's see which one's the channel and which one's the triangle. That one's the triangle. Let's just get rid of that. Let's just use the channel. That's kind of convenient, huh? That's a good resistance to the top. I really like Kraken. I like Kraken's data a lot. Let's have a look at the volume on Kraken. See how low the volume is? We have 6.5 hours for this volume bar to close. This is Sunday, so the weekends you can't really trust anyways, but you can clearly see here the red volume is larger than the green volume. The whole month of July, going back into June, last week of June. In order for Bitcoin to pump, these green volume bars, this is the daily chart. I would highly suggest watching the daily chart to chart this overall price action, to chart the overall Wyckoff or Dow cycle that Bitcoin is clearly in. In order for Bitcoin to pump, these little green volume bars need to be bigger than the red down day volume bars. So see how that's working? That's why we're in that channel going down, right? You can see all the way from the left here, all the way to the left of the screen, the middle of June. You can clearly see the red is dominating the green. You can clearly see it says the same thing that channel says, right? It's in a downtrend. This market is definitely losing money, no matter what anyone wants to try to tell you. It's a fact. This is not a lie, right? This stuff does not lie to you. This on-chain metrics have nothing to do with this. Money is leaving this market, and until that changes, it's true, right? There needs to be big juicy green bars, or at least green bars that are bigger than the red bars, right? The green up days need to be bigger than the red down days, and it's not true. The red down days are clearly bigger than the green up days, with the exception of here. This here was actually the spring. To the left of this big green bar, all this red was a record amount of short positions being entered against Bitcoin, and this big green bar here is actually those short positions being bought back. That's what all that buying activity is, and most likely this next day as well. It's also longs were being put in. Lots of people thought this was a Wyckoff accumulation spring, and that's not true. Anyone telling you that still, you might just, I just got to be honest with you. You might want to stop listening to those people that are still calling us a Wyckoff accumulation, and this was a spring. We've been going down ever since for almost 2 months. We're going down. The red's bigger than the green. That's not accumulation. This market is bleeding money. This market is losing money. An accumulation doesn't look like that. See the channel going down? I just know how many channels out there that might be telling people really bad information. I've kind of become aware of the fact that there's just really some really bad analysis out there on YouTube. You know, keep in mind, anyone can start a YouTube channel, right? There, there could be YouTubers out there that all they're doing is watching, you know, they might be subscribed to a couple other channels and they're just watching them, and they'll make a video and say the same things they say, right? And the people they're listening to might be doing the same thing. So it might not be independent thought, right? So it's really easy on YouTube to be a fake person, do fake things, right? So just be careful. Be careful. This is not an accumulation pattern. An accumulation pattern. This is the daily chart. I've been watching this close. This is a redistribution pattern. It's matching it perfectly until this fake spring here. But this spring, if this was a Wyckoff accumulation with a spring, this was supposed to come up and do something like this. Right? That's what the Wyckoff accumulation chart shows, right? And see what we've really done since then. We got rejected from a triangle here. We got rejected at the top of the channel. This channel is really strong resistance, and we've done this since then. See that? We're going down. So in an accumulation pattern, the one that you've been watching, I'm sure you've all seen it, getting passed around YouTube, that Wyckoff accumulation. It's just not happening. It's not happening. That's over with. That you shouldn't. It's just in a Wyckoff accumulation. This would be the spring right here, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And here's the problem: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, that's not. If you just look, if they keep showing you the accumulation Wyckoff accumulation chart, just look at it. look from the right of the spring. There's not supposed to be multiple lower highs and multiple lower lows. It's supposed to be higher highs, higher low, higher high, and then get into a little coil up here and boing. Right? That didn't happen. It's not happening. So it's not impossible that we could still pump for one reason or the other like this, but it's super unlikely. Super unlikely. So until there's something that changes, I still think it's likely we just kind of do this for a while. Maybe we just do this all the way down to 20,000 while you're being told the whales are buying over the counter. That could be true. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant, right? The whales, if you had the market cap of gold, if you had $10 trillion, would you want to stuff it into Bitcoin over the counter down here? Or would you want to drive the price up to Bitcoin up to 60, 80,000 and buy up here? Right? That's what's going on, folks. Right? The whales have every reason to drive this price down. They could be doing it in ways that none of us are even really aware of, right? You have no idea what they could be doing to manipulate this market that can't be seen, right? If you had the market cap of gold, right, we'll probably get $10 trillion into Bitcoin in the next, 4 to 8 years or so. That's speculation, but just say that were true. The big price of Bitcoin was going to go to 500,000 in 8 years. That's $10 trillion, give or take. If you had that kind of money, would you want to start stuffing it in there at 10,000? Or would you want to drive the price up and do it at 80,000? Would you want 8 times more Bitcoin buying down here? Or would you want 8 times less Bitcoin buying up here? I just want you to look at that. That's what's going on here, right? That's what's going on here. So, anyways, what I really want is this to be over with so I can get into whatever the bear market's going to look like, wherever that's at. That's when I can really be of good value to my viewers. So subscribe and like and do all that jazz and come back later and we'll have a good time and prepare for the next bull cycle, right? That's what I want my channel to be about. Start getting ready for the next bull cycle, right? Say we're like here, right? We're here and we're going this way to the next bull cycle. Say everything to the right of this arrow is the future, right? There might be a little bull run in a year or two right here. And then some more accumulation. This is what I want to get you guys ready for if you're on my channel. And we'll do this right the next go around. We'll do it right. We'll do it right. We'll do it right. I hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, thanks for watching.